Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're setting our sights on a topic that truly sparks both incredible wonder and, let's face it, widespread apprehension. Artificial intelligence. It's weaving its way into our daily lives, often in ways we barely notice, and the stories we hear about it, well, they can range from inspiring to outright terrifying.
It really can.
But here's the thing. Our sources today offer a truly refreshing, maybe even surprising, perspective on what real AI actually is, and just as importantly, what it isn't.
That's right. And in an era just overflowing with hype and frankly a lot of fear-mongering, getting a clear understanding of AI, sifting fact from fiction, it's never been more crucial for all of us.
Totally agree.
The sources we've plunged into for this deep dive are really designed to cut through that noise, giving us a solid grasp of this technology's genuine capabilities and its often overlooked limitations. Our goal is really to foster critical thinking right from the very beginning of this conversation.
Absolutely. So our mission for this deep dive is clear. We're going to explore the fundamental nature of AI, as described in our source material.
Okay.
We'll directly confront the two most common fears people express about it, then kind of pull back the curtain on how large language models like ChatGPT truly function.
Yeah, the mechanics of it.
And finally, discuss the tangible implications this has for our jobs and our collective future. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
So let's dive right into those fears because, honestly, they often dominate any conversation about AI.
Yeah.
Our source material really pinpoints two distinct types. And the first one, I have to say, it's quite extraordinary. It's this idea of AI as a sort of disembodied, almost invading force.
Yeah, that's a strange one.
It really is. I was struck by how common this was among what the sources call regular guys. Mechanics, tree harvesters, retail clerks, who voice concerns about being literally eaten or taken over by AI.
Wow, eaten.
Yeah. They picture it floating through the air, operating without a computer, maybe even like some alien black goo. Our source even connects this to the far fringe of the woo business, like theories of graphene oxide in the blood. It's a powerful illustration of how easily a lack of understanding can morph into truly wild speculation, isn't it?
It really is. And what's particularly illuminating here is why this type of fear takes root so deeply, especially among what the source labels low information people,
Right.
those who aren't regularly coding or engaging with advanced mathematics or otherwise, deeply immersed in these subjects.
Makes sense.
Without that fundamental technical understanding, AI can easily be characterized as a, quote, demon coming through the night.
Yeah.
This knowledge gap gets filled with fantastical, even supernatural interpretations. Our sources are incredibly clear on this. This initial extreme fear is fundamentally invalid.
Invalid.
AI at its core is simply code. It's not a sentient invading entity. It doesn't float around, and it absolutely requires a computer to run. It's not some mystical force. It's a tool.
That puts a very firm line under that first category of fear.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's really more about unchecked imagination than reality.
Pretty much, yeah.
But then, okay, we transition to the second type of fear,
Yeah.
which feels much more grounded and legitimate for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Job replacement.
Right. The big one.
Our source notes that this concern is especially prevalent among those in their late 30s to early 50s, individuals with a significant portion of their working life still ahead of them, looking at how their careers might evolve.
This is a critical area, and yes, this second fear does carry some validity, no question.
Wow.
However, it's really essential to put it into context. Most of us are already interacting with AI as an assistant in our daily lives.
True.
Just think about the autocomplete on your phone, your car's parking assistant systems, or, the driving aids in a Tesla.
Yep. Use those all the time.
Our sources acknowledge that AI can make humans lazy by offloading certain tasks, but it's not always about outright replacement. Consider the vivid example of tree harvesters. Their jobs, according to our source, are not at risk. Instead, AI could serve as an incredibly powerful assistant.
How so?
Well, maybe by scanning trees as they ascend in a lift truck, pinpointing the most efficient way to remove limbs to create the smallest pile with the least damage below.
Ah, I see. So it augments their skill.
Exactly. It augments human capability. It doesn't necessarily eliminate it.
That's a crucial distinction, and it highlights a really important insight our sources emphasize: the irreplaceable human element of judgment.
Yes.
Our sources underscore AI's inherent limitations, describing it as, well, incredibly brittle, prone to error, and lacking the comprehensive understanding humans possess for real-world scenarios.
Definitely not the infallible brains some imagine.
Right.
Exactly. And if we apply that back to our tree-cutting scenario, the necessity of human oversight becomes incredibly clear.
Okay.
AI has limited sensors, perceptions, and cognition. A human would often need to overrule the AI because it simply cannot perceive all the variables in a dynamic, complex, real-world environment. Well, the AI might propose a cut, but it can't see an oil barrel hidden in the weeds or maybe a fish pond on the ground that a falling branch could smash into.
Ah, okay. Things it just wouldn't know are there.
Exactly. This reinforces that human judgment isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely necessary because AI lacks that full, nuanced comprehension of a living environment that a human possesses.
Okay, so moving beyond the fears,
Mm-hmm.
our sources share a really compelling anecdote that truly illustrates AI's nature. Helps us get beyond the hype.
Mm-hmm.
It's the story of a user who was absolutely thrilled because he used ChatGPT to discover 25 hidden anti-gravity things.
Oh boy, hidden anti-gravity thing.
Yeah, and astonishingly, the very first item on his list was this truly bizarre idea. An insect whose wing covers supposedly create hypersonic vibrations for lift,
Uh-huh.
and that you could then glue these bug wings to a wooden box to create a 1,000-mile wire anti-gravity device.
Wow. Just glued them on.
Apparently. Our source points out that this is actually a known grift from the 1920s, a complete fabrication debunked ages ago.
100 years ago.
Right. Yet the user genuinely believed ChatGPT had invented or discovered this.
Mm.
I confess I've probably asked ChatGPT to discover things myself, only to find the answers. Well, less than revolutionary.
Yeah, we've all been there. But that example perfectly frames the critical question. What exactly are large language models, like ChatGPT?
Okay, yeah. What are they?
Well, our sources are decisive. They are not a mind, they don't think, they have no cognition, they can't invent, and they can't create. Fundamentally, they are code, pure software.
Yeah, sound for.
They operate by processing vast quantities of words stored in these huge inter-network databases. The crucial insight isn't about individual words, but their interrelationship and the space that connects the words. It's a complex process facilitated by what's known as natural language processing, or NLP.
So, if I understand correctly, it's not just about the words themselves, but how they're structured and relate to each other. Like a sentence isn't just a string of words, but it's sort of sophisticated arrangement of names of things and action or motion, where the real meaning emerges from those connections.
Precisely, you got it. When a user enters a prompt, like hidden anti-gravity, NLP immediately kicks in.
Right.
It doesn't look for literal meaning or factual accuracy. Instead, it processes those words to create a sophisticated network map of the question.
A map.
Yeah, a complex representation of how those concepts relate. ChatGPT then searches its vast databases for content that matches this network map, not for objective truth.
Ah, okay. Matching the pattern, not the fact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is exactly why the anti-gravity example appeared. ChatGPT doesn't know whether it's valid or not. It simply responds with a plausible sequence of words based on the network match without any genuine understanding of what a bug or anti-gravity truly means in the real world. The profound takeaway here is that LLMs are sophisticated pattern matchers of language, not engines of genuine thought or invention. They excel at predicting plausible word sequences, but fundamentally, they don't know truth or understand the real world.
So it's essentially a super fast, incredibly sophisticated predictor of what words are likely to follow other words based on patterns it's observed.
That's a great way to put it.
That makes sense. Why our source also highlights that ChatGPT can be quite unreliable and doesn't know math.
Yeah.
For instance, it won't necessarily reconcile units of measure,
Right.
like multiplying square feet by millimeters and maybe spitting out an astronomically incorrect number. It's not thinking logically about the real-world implications of those calculations.
Exactly. And to expand on that, AI is not deterministic, meaning it won't necessarily give you the identical answer every time, which is why you have that regenerate answer option.
Use that a lot.
And crucially, it does not learn from your user interactions in terms of acquiring new factual information. Its core knowledge base is locked at a certain point. Yeah, like October 2021 for ChatGPT, as our source mentions. While the company behind the AI certainly learns about product efficiency and how to improve the software,
Sure.
the AI itself doesn't evolve in a way that allows it to torture you, as the source colorfully puts it. You're not feeding it new world knowledge through your prompts.
Okay, that's actually quite reassuring.
Yeah.
So what does this clearer understanding of real AI mean for you, the listener? Let's transition to the practical implications for our jobs and human endeavor. How does this perspective reshape our view of the future?
Right. This is where we need to address job transformation directly. Our sources identify specific job categories that are most at risk, those
Hmm.
primarily involving basically handling paper or going through words and validating words and
Okay,
forms.
like admin stuff.
Exactly. Think about roles in legal offices, insurance, finance, many government functions, and even medical technicians dealing largely with patient information. Our source even mentions a specific AI tuned for law that can quickly displace legal clerks, clearly demonstrating AI's incredible efficiency in these document-centric areas.
That sounds like a significant shift for some sectors, definitely. But our source also offers reassurance for others, right?
Yeah.
Suggesting that jobs involving physical material in the real world will see AI primarily as an assistant, not an AI boss.
Yes, that's key. Consider UPS drivers or our earlier example of tree harvesters. AI could significantly enhance their work,
Wow.
helping with things like paperwork, optimizing route planning, or providing on-the-job assistance, diagnostics maybe, all without taking over their core physical tasks.
Right. An assistant, not a replacement.
Precisely. And in fact, new job categories will inevitably emerge. We're looking at roles like AO adjudicators, intermediaries, and diagnosticians.
What would they do?
Well, individuals who will deal with the interrelationship of words and networking to basically keep the AI sane, so to speak.
Keep it sane. I like that.
Yeah. AI will certainly handle much of the grunt coding and boilerplate tasks, but humans will absolutely still be needed for the discovery of the design pattern, that initial creative spark of how things should work.
Okay.
So it's not simply about displacement, but a significant transformation of the job landscape.
And this brings us squarely back to the irreplaceable human element. Creativity, invention, anything truly new.
Absolutely.
Our sources describe how humans could utilize AI, perhaps through a modular approach, to investigate real physics, even something as ambitious as anti-gravity research.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the human who supplies the creative direction, the original thought, the hypothesis. AI, in this context, simply serves as incredible shop assistants for those complex mental tasks.
Yeah, like a super-powered research assistant.
Exactly. Handling the heavy lifting of data analysis and iteration, allowing human ingenuity to soar.
And expanding our perspective even beyond Earth for a moment, our sources present a really thought-provoking idea about AI's potential universal role.
Oh, like aliens.
Sort of. They suggest that any advanced alien civilization arriving on Earth would almost certainly rely on AI assistance for all the routine tasks on their spaceships.
Huh. So AI is just necessary tech.
It frames AI as a natural and necessary tool for advanced civilizations, a fundamental part of progress, rather than an inherent threat.
Interesting.
The source tangentially mentions rumored tech retrievals from 1947, Velcro, printed circuits, stuff like that, but notes AI itself isn't explicitly mentioned there. It serves more as a philosophical point about AI's potential inevitability in any advanced society.
Okay, that's a big step.
And to put this in a broader context, our sources also suggest that this kind of profound technological innovation often unfolds during huge economic upheavals.
Right, like we might be in now.
Potentially. Our source posits a future shift towards sound money, an economic principle often advocating for stable, maybe commodity-backed currencies and independent monetary policy, in contrast to central bank-issued currency.
Okay, how does that relate?
Well, this, it suggests, could lead to more rigorous funding of ideas, reducing sort of wild, unsubstantiated proposals and potentially smoothing societal transitions during periods of rapid technological innovation.
Like AI's integration.
Exactly, smoothing AI's integration over the next 10 years or so. It's about ensuring more thoughtful investment in truly viable ideas as we navigate these changes.
So the core message, as our sources distill it, is that AI is an evolving, incredibly powerful productivity tool and a sophisticated assistant, fundamentally designed to augment human capabilities, not to replace our essential role as creators, innovators, and decision-makers.
Well said. That sums it up nicely.
So to briefly recap our deep dive, AI is a powerful, incredibly fast pattern-matching tool built on the complex relationships between words, not a conscious entity with thoughts or feelings.
Right, not sentient.
It's brittle, prone to error, and absolutely relies on human creativity and oversight to function effectively and responsibly.
And if we look at the larger implications, it really puts things into perspective. Our sources encourage us not to get overly caught up in worries about AI itself.
Yeah.
We've got a multitude of other, perhaps more immediate things to consider, including, as the source provocatively states, the complexities of human nature.
The nutty humans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The real focus, therefore, should be on our own decisions, our collective creativity, and the societal structures we build and maintain.
Okay.
Because those are what will truly shape our future, far more than the technology itself.
A truly powerful thought to leave you with. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the real world of AI. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning how this technology truly works.
Definitely keep learning.
We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.